Good afternoon. My name's Beth and welcome to my channel, Watercolor Painting in the Afternoon. Today I'm trying out my brand new handmade sketchbook. Here I made it out of Arches 100% cotton rough paper. I bound it with just a little bit of wrapping paper. It's really nothing fancy. I did sew it together and learned how to do that, and maybe someday I'll show you how I did that. See, you can do a whole landscape kind of portrait, or you can do individual little pictures. It does have these cracks in it, and I haven't figured out how to get rid of those yet. But anyway, I thought you might like to see that it can be done, and you can actually have really good paper if you make your own and you bind it yourself, and it lays flat and everything. So maybe someday I'll show you how I did that. But today I had in mind that I wanted to paint some Lenten roses since the Lenten season is coming up. So I grabbed my Rosemary & Co. filbert and a much smaller rigger. This is a number 2 liner from Grumbacher. And I'm going to use these two brushes to paint my my Lenten roses. And Lenten roses come in a variety of colors, but mostly they're beautiful deep purples and pinks, and they even can be a little bit green. So here what I'm doing is making my nice deep purple to start with. And we'll paint most of them in a purpley color, but with some green tints to it. It makes a really beautiful combination when you get done with it. But in order to make the petals, what I'm going to do is just let the filbert sort of do its own thing. And the filbert will make this beautiful rounded stroke. And that's what I'm going to use as the petals of these Lenten roses. So I'll hush and just paint a little bit, and hopefully you can either paint along with me or just enjoy. From the sepals in the middle of the flower, and sort of bleeds off into the flower itself. It's such a pretty thing. If you look up Lenten roses, you'll see what I mean. if you're going to make a leaf, point use the silent filter because it makes a rounded shape no matter what else you do. Now I have let this pink dry a little bit, and I am applying the inner petal here so that it's a little translucent. It looks as if you can see the other petals through this one that I'm painting, and I love that effect. I think it's very pretty. So this particular Lenten rose has some translucent petals on it, and you can see them. They're just dabbing in the green. And of course there's green inside of each flower. At the center there's a bit of green, and you'll see in a moment that I will let this dry, and I will continue to fill in the center of the flower because it has very very distinctive little sepals, and well, not sepals but stamen, all in the center that make it so beautiful. I just wanted to darken a few of the leaves, maybe leave a little highlight on the outside so it almost looks as if the petal is folded in. Now switching brushes, this is my liner, my number 2 liner. I'm going to grab some greens. got that leaf down there, so that's why I was pointing that out. I'm going to go ahead and paint that leaf in on the bottom. It kind of fills in the whole triangle effect of this composition. So you want that large leaf down there. Now that all of that has dried, I'm going to take some white gouache. I have designer gouache, and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to it. And we're going to take this gouache with a very fine paintbrush, and we're going to make the centers of the flowers. This really is what these flowers are all about. The contrast between the delicate center of the flower and the beautiful dark and variegated petals. It's just such a beautiful flower. Now, of course, if you go and look at some Lenten roses, you'll see that they have all kinds of veining in the petals, and you can really go wild with these flowers. You can do a lot of detail work on them. And I'm not going to do quite as much detail work on these as you could do, but I did want to make them look, halfway like the real flowers. This was not a very realistic painting, I suppose. They're very much bunched together. Lenten roses are, and they are. When you see them, you see these purple and pink and green flowers coming out of a very dense, dark, leafy background. They're just gorgeous. If you've not seen any, or you don't have any in your yard or whatever, I have some at my church, and they're just beautiful. That's what made me want to paint them today. So I'm back to my liner now, putting in some of those darker colors around the edge of the flower. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I think my husband was unloading the dishwasher. God bless him. And dumping things on the floor. Making ice. That's what he's doing. He's making ice. He's cracking the ice. He said he was going to the dump. I hope you've enjoyed this. We're crazy people. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you did, please remember to like and subscribe. I hope that you will paint along. And if you don't want to paint along, then please watch and let me know that you saw the end of the video. Have a great day.